Hey everybody, I'm Howard, and this is Otto's Retirement Corner. Well, something fun and interesting happened today. Good news for some Social Security recipients. The House of Representatives passed the Social Security Fairness Act. Now, what is that? Okay, so it's a bill that eliminates two provisions that have been in the law for decades, and that's WEP, or Windfall Elimination Provision, and GPO, which is Government Pension Offset. And in essence, what those two rules or laws did was reduce Social Security benefits for people who worked in jobs that didn't pay Social Security taxes and they got a pension. And at the same time worked at other jobs where they did pay into Social Security. So their Social Security benefits got cut, and there's different formulas for the two different programs, either by the pension amount or a portion of the pension amount. So this reinstates that Social Security benefit in full to those people. Now, again, it just passed the House. It has to go to the Senate, and if the Senate passes it, or if they rewrite it somehow, they have to agree with the House, and the House has to vote again. Senate would have to vote, and then the President would have to approve it. At this point, I don't know whether Biden has said anything about it. I can't find anything on him commenting on it. As usual, the vote was interesting. Republicans, and the bill was originally written by a Republican and co-sponsored by a Democrat, so it had some pretty good bipartisan support. Republicans voted 136 yay, 71 nay. So 71 Republicans voted against the bill. Democrats voted 191 for it and 4 against it. There were some abstentions, some absentees who didn't vote. So the bill passed again, 327 to 75. Again, widespread bipartisan support. Larson of New Orleans? New Hampshire, I'm sorry, who's been pushing Social Security increases, voted against the bill because it did not cover the costs of the bill. Now, about 2.8 million people are affected by this, out of the 70-ish million that are in Social Security. Social Security. So about 4% of people collecting benefits now. The estimated cost is 196 billion over 10 years, so 19.6, approximately 20 billion a year in additional benefits paid out, and with no additional revenue coming in to pay for it. So in essence, what ends up happening is it cuts the amount of money in the trust that will be used to pay this out, and the trust fund could run out of money earlier, which is why Larson, a huge proponent of increasing Social Security, did not vote for this. Now, most of the people covered by this are people like teachers, firemen, cops, other government workers. I'm asking how you people are going to feel about this. Was this a good idea, a bad idea? The interesting thing is whenever the new jobs report comes out from the BLS and they say, 40,000 government workers were added, 30,000, 50,000, invariably I see hundreds of complaints on Yahoo and YouTube about, we're wasting taxpayer money on government jobs. Who needs these people? They're unproductive. They don't produce anything. These are the teachers, firemen, and cops. And I always say to them, you don't think we need more of them? And invariably nobody answers that. They'll benefit. My calculation is about $580 a month more for each one of those, on average, 2.8 million people. Great for them. I have no axe to grind with them. If they get more money, it doesn't hurt me, unless the Social Security Trust Fund runs out earlier. But 196 billion is about a month and a half of benefits. So yeah, it'll run out sooner, but if we're not going to make law changes to fix Social Security anyway, who cares? And you may. So let me know what you think of this. Again, good, bad. It is what it is. I can't tell you whether it's going to ultimately pass or not. We'll see. So, just a quick update on some Social Security good news for a lot of people. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please share, and comment. We've had a lot of interesting comments on the last two videos. I don't think this will be as numerous, but hopefully it'll be as fun. Let me know what you think. Bye.